Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jerry Conway, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
I'm here for Peter.
Hey, you cut me off, son of a...
No, I didn't. How did I cut you off? What did you say? I'm here for Peter. Lots and lots of Peter. Is that what you're... Did I cut you off?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Spider-Cast. That's what we're talking about. Anyway, I am Phil. Joining me, as always, that scourge of Peters everywhere it is.
Stay straight. It's Lilith flipping hellfire. Don't forget it.
And speaking of giving Peter a hard time, yes, today we'll be talking about
Zeb?
Whoa, we'll get to our weekly drubbing of Zeb Wells later. But yes, right now we're covering Amazing Spider-Man 96, 97, and 98. The infamous drug story. The very first issues.
I was going to go back to college, but then I got high. Yeah.
I was going to murder my son's friend, and then I got high. But, yes, kids, the very first issues of Spider-Man to hit the stands without the Comics Code Authority as a seal of approval. And then
they should have kept it off the newsstand, that's for sure.
And then years later, they were just like, the industry just said, F it, we don't need the Comics Code Authority.
Yeah, the world got too rough and raw for it.
Hey-oh! It's a Lilith Hellfire. Rough and raw, the Lilith Hellfire story. Well, rough, yes, but never mind.
I don't do Twinkies or toasters.
Got artwork by Gil Kane?
Yes! Alright, so we're going to jump in, then we can talk new Spider books. The majority of them, well, at least half of them having an appearance by Carnage. Anyway, did you see that? It's the Summer of Symbiotes.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, I heard. What about it?
Hey guys, we're gonna hit you with something new. Symbiotes.
We really are back in the 90s, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. They know it's sells.
Hey, like, babes, you know you did that before, right? At least a few times we've done this before, but okay.
I'm surprised it's not 18 parts and called Maximum Carnage.
Ultimate Extreme Carnage! Now with more pouches and bigger guns.
Hey-oh. More bloody. Alright, so let's jump into
Punisher, Ghost Rider,
Wolverine,
Blade, Wolverine, the Hulk! Because he's back as Joe Fixit, causing trouble in bed. I swear, I'm just waiting on it.
And if you want to be the 90s, every time we reboot with a new number one, Spider-Man will appear, whether it makes sense or not.
No, it's just debating, so he's just on the cover. Like I said, some of these books are only good for the variant covers at this point.
Oh, yeah.
X-Men.
Oh, yeah, I saw, is it 25 or 26 of Amazing Spider-Man coming up there? Like, there's a variant of just Spider-Man swinging over that bridge.
Yeah. It's like, why don't you go take a long walk off a short bridge at this point, kid?
Whoa. But yeah, that started bleeding cool, theorizing about something, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Alright, so, let's get to this. So, Amazing Spider-Man number 96, the original. Boy, it's a busy cover.
The inverse of 69.
Oh, true. What are you saying, Lilith? It's pooping in our face? Is that what you're saying?
My nemesis, 96.
It's pooping in our face? Is that what you're saying? This one's got it all. A job for Peter Parker. The last fatal trip, Mary Jane knocks him dead, and the Green Goblin returns. Meanwhile, flash forward to 2023. We're about to knock Mary Jane dead. 1971. Can you see all those hep cats on there? Yes. Amazing Spider-Man 96. May 1971. Oh Lord. Cover price 15 cents.
Cup of coffee and a sandwich.
Man, if comics were 15 cents, if comics were 15 cents, I'd be buying a copy of everything in the store, you know?
No, seriously.
I know. Again, go back to printing them on cheaper paper. You know what? We'll be fine with it. Marvel, DC, we'll be fine with it. It makes your books more valuable if they can fall apart. The title, and now the Goblin.
Gobble, gobble.
It's not November.
I know.
Gobble, gobble.
Oh, I got one for a drop for you. Let the Goblin commence!
Oh my.
Out of the gooch.
Oh no, not the Gooch.
Norman the Gooch Osborn.
He's something, alright.
Hey-oh.
Calling him a Gooch is offensive to all Gooches everywhere.
With his European carry-all. All right, so now the Goblin, writer of...
He's a man purse.
That's right.
A purse, if you will.
Oh my. And of course, who could write this but none other than Stan Lee.
Excelsior!
Penciler Gil Kane, inker John Romita, so I believe that's senior, letterer Artie Simic, and of course
I think Junior was even born at that point. So.
Maybe. I don't know. No, because I think JR Jr., I think he started penciling Spider-Man in like the early 80s, so he might be, so I'd assume he's born by this point. He might be young, but he's, yeah. And of course, editing his own work.
Excelsior!
Stan Lee.
Oh boy.
So no oversight. All right. Returning home from England, Peter Parker goes to the Daily Bugle and sells his pictures to Joe Robertson, whose responses to Peter's pictures of Spider-Man in action make Peter wonder if maybe Joe knows of Peter's secret identity. And we'll put that to bed during the Clone Saga when Spider-Man and Peter Parker and Spider-Man are standing in the
3 decades later
Daily Bugle office together, and Peter gets all smug. He's like, "What, Joe? You never seen me and my friend Spider-Man in the same room before?" And he's standing next to his damn clone. Return. Oh,
Too soon, Phil. Too soon.
I know. Oh, please. Anything to get him out of limbo. Come on. Oh, did you see that? Another announcement. Amazing Spider-Man Annual 1 is coming. Is it in the summer or the fall? Oh, it might be August. But Hallows Eve is showing up, I guess. I don't know if it has something to do with... I don't know if she's going to be trying to spring Ben out of limbo. So we possibly may be killing Mary Jane, and we're still going to keep crapping on Ben. Zeb, you know what the readers want, don't you? Just pissing everyone off. Returning to his classes, Harry asked Peter to join him out to see Mary Jane's performance on an off-Broadway show. Yeah, I heard it's over at bowling alley. Peter reluctantly agrees when Harry offers to pay Peter's way in. Who is this, Costanza? While web-slinging as Spider-Man, Peter thinks about Harry's father Norman and their past as foes when Norman was the Green Goblin. He decides to take Norman up on his offer for a job. Hail. Deciding it's about time.
Desperate when.
Deciding it's about time he got a real job. Hail. He meets with Norman, who takes Peter's request into consideration and tells Peter he will be attending the show as well.
He's somewhat of a scientist himself, you know.
He's something of a fan of way too young girls for him. Tell me, does she have daddy issues?
Hal Jordan?
Oh. He's not trying to age her up. He likes her just the way she is. Tell me, my dear, are you at a low point? Can I fantasize about you? Web slinging across town, Spider-Man stops on his way to MJ's show when he spots someone strung out on drugs and saves him from falling off a building. He turns him over to paramedics where the druggie is resuscitated. Spider-Man quickly leaves and changes into Peter Parker to join the others. When Randy Robertson finally joins them, he gets into a brief argument with Norman Osborn about the reality of drug abuse in the city. They took our jobs! They took our drugs! Randy. Has Randy ever been good? This Randy
No.
Robertson? No.
There's not one good Randy in the world, bro. Sorry, Randy.
Sorry, Uncle Randy. But
Well, in popular culture, name me one good Randy. I'll wait.
That's true. What is it every Randy ends up in a drugstore? I need some South Park drops. Peter ends up getting the ire of Harry when Mary Jane ends up paying more attention to Peter. During the show, Peter's spider sense warns him of danger. Oh yeah, sitting next to Harry Osborn.
It's ting ting ting-a-lid, ting ting ting-a-lid.
Slowly becoming aware that Norman Osborn is acting very strange, as opposed to when Harry abruptly leaves with Mary Jane in a jealous fit, Peter decides to follow after Norman Osborn as Spider-Man. Following Osborn into one of the Green Goblin's old safe houses, because, again, kids, supposedly he gets amnesia. Peter is shocked to find that Norman's Green Goblin memories have returned and that he's waiting for Spider-Man in full costume.
Ruh-roh.
And yes, kids, as I mentioned, the Comics Code Authority refused to give this issue its approval due to the mention of drugs. And Peter recounts how Harry's father Norman discovered Peter's secret identity as the Green Goblin. This happened in Amazing Spider-Man 39 and 40. Peter's identity is...
They could always do what Riverdale did. They just made up drug names like Foot Flat Flizzle and... They did! It's a real thing that happened, bro. Riverdale is like a fever dream.
Hey, man, Marvel wanted to warn kids about the dangers of real drugs, not.
Well, this was before Nancy Reagan, right? So.
Oh yeah, Nancy Reagan was in the 80s. Yeah.
Just say no. DARE program and whatnot, the biggest failure ever.
Peter's identity is safe so long as Norman has partial amnesia, preventing him from remembering his career as the Green Goblin. Norman's memory has been previously unearthed. Oh my lord. So the only other time before this Norman's memory came back was Spectacular Spider-Man Magazine #2, which I believe that thing only had 2 issues. They wanted the Goblin back for some like 1 or 2 offshoots, and they're just like, yeah, let's live the amnesia for 20 minutes.
It's not working out. This format's not working out.
He was just getting the sweats for how long? This is the first above-ground comic book to be published without the clearance of the Comic Book Authority Code. At the time of its publication, the code was strict on depicting drug use in comics, and that any works that featured the use of drugs, regardless of context, would be rejected. Since this story dealt with the negative aspects of drug use and depicts people suffering drug overdoses from drug use, the code rejected the story. Stan Lee felt that the story, which reflected drug use in a negative light, was too good to pass up and had the story published without code approval. The story was a milestone story, and due to its success, its publication ultimately led to the loosening of restrictions that the Comics Code Authority imposed on creators in terms of story content. So, Stan Lee changed.
That's what you get when you have Stan Lee editing Stan Lee.
Yeah, and again, hey man, say what you will about him, man. He bucked the system and he changed it.
Excelsior!
Oh, I think I did see. I think it's in June sometime. I think Disney Plus is doing some kind of Stan Lee biography or something.
Overdue, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, I think it's premiering at some movie, whatever, and then and I think it says it's going to be streaming in June sometime. I think might have to do an episode of Capes on that because who's going to be chomping at the bit to do that. He'll be like, "Did you see it? Did you see it?"
When Marvel and Disney merged, I just know he creamed his jeans, bro. I just know
it. We're doing me now?
I wonder if he still rose that idol. Oh, maybe he'll have the idol during Guardians of the Galaxy review.
Probably.
He's going to take it to the movie like his date.
Got its own little fluffy pillow for a pedestal, the whole deal.
So it's laying on something, but not a pillow. Alright, so thoughts on this first issue?
I don't really have any thoughts. This is a primer. This is an intro. The action hasn't really started just yet.
Yes.
So.
It's so funny that Norman Osborn owns like all this real estate and like everyone is like packed with like goblin gear. Because again, that's what happens when Roderick Kingsley becomes the Hobgoblin. Is basically he just starts raiding every building Norman Osborn ever owned, and like pretty much most of them have Goblin gear. Can you imagine how?
I mean, you're trying to say like Batman literally, Bruce Wayne doesn't literally do the same thing.
Oh yeah. But I'm just, oh my god.
So it's like,
but Norman
can't really nitpick it.
Norman didn't even do it as well though.
Sorry, Ray. The chance is never zero.
Oh, he loves it. Oh no, that's the Hellfire page. Never mind.
Well, if he's not gonna use it, I'm gonna start
Batman.
my Into the Dark Knight.
What?
I'm gonna start my Into the Dark Knight podcast.
You mean We Are the Night podcast, which you already have?
No, I want one where I just purely roast him.
Who, Batman or Ray?
Both are good.
Into the Dark Knight, all to do with Batman.
That's gonna be the intro.
Mm-hmm. I'll join you.
Suck it, Ray. You're not getting a shekel.
You said, oh my god, that is the best one because he didn't even send that to me. He sent that to Noel, and I said, no, I need that audio. So he didn't even think that was going to come of anything.
There's no providence here, bud.
He thought he's going to throw off a silly one or two lines and it was going to be forgotten to history. Oh no, Ray.
Batman, my favorite character.
If Ray had a time machine, he would literally go back and stop himself from doing that. The only thing he would do is then destroy the damn thing.
I'm sorry, Finn, because I know as you guys are listening to this, your father's beating his head into a wall. All right, let's get to the next one. Amazing. Let's get to the action.
Yeah, the goblin's really goblin in this one.
Damn straight.
Gobble gobble.
Amazing Spider-Man number 97, June 1971. In the grip of the Goblin. Shut up,
Grow
Phil.
up, Phil.
Me? You're the immature one.
You laughed first.
He goes limp in my grip.
Spidey fights the goblin and lots more. Enough said.
Oh, Inker.
He's got him in a chokehold. He's trying to donkey punch him. Oh my.
Whoa, Inker Frank Giacola joins John Romita. Was Sam Rosenletter her last time? But yeah, pretty.
Wow, he's been around forever, bro.
Who?
Sam Rosen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm looking at that cover now. Yeah, he is trying to donkey punch him.
Or give him a noogie and atomic wedgie, something.
Trying to donkey punch me now, bitch.
Norman Osborn's Green Goblin persona has returned, and Spider-Man has stumbled upon him. After a brief battle across the city, the Goblin escapes, vowing to strike back at his arch nemesis. Changing back.
Sure.
Uh,
I can't stress enough. Like, look, in Stan we trust, I know, and all that. But like the Goblin, like, doesn't make sense as like the arch nemesis of a spider-themed villain. I don't get it. Is it because they're both like creepy, spooky Halloween?
I don't know. I know.
Did anybody ever ask Stanley about that? Like, honestly,
It's too late now. Someone else knows the secret, but
somebody get his kids on the phone. I gotta get to the bottom of this. This always bothers me.
I know.
They just emphasize that it's his arch nemesis, and I'm like, are we sure?
Or was he supposed to look like some kind of like some weird version of the Joker or something? Or
I don't even think it's that, because he's definitely more Lex than Joker.
Yeah.
Like, if Lex had one bad day, he would definitely turn into the Green Goblin.
Well, again, I mean, when done right, he's kind of like a weird combo of like Lex and Joker.
Yeah.
Whether they had a baby.
Now that's the crossover we need. That's the amalgam next crossover we need. I mean, Joker already got pregnant once.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, read the damn comic. It's not what you think, idiots.
Joker has a type billionaires.
Exactly. Well, not a bad type to have.
Hey-oh!
Too bad all the famous billionaires are less than attractive.
So much. Not even for $1 billion, though. Not even for half it.
I got a little integrity, just a little bit.
Anyone? Would anyone here? Does anyone here sleep with a billionaire for?
I just need somebody to research my love bot. Freaking research. That's it.
Yes, but come on. There's got to be somebody who'll sleep with men just for their money.
Why don't you sex me up?
show him a pole and he'll do
Show me a pole and I'll dance on it.
Alright, a pole.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Alright.
Phil, your ADHD is off the rails right now.
I know. Am I supposed to get my medicine soon? So yes, after a quick battle across the city, the goblin escapes, vowing to strike back at his arch nemesis. Changing it back to his civilian identity, Peter worries over that damage the goblin can do now that he remembers Peter's real identity. Returning home. Well, maybe you shouldn't have gone to him for a job, dummy.
Oh my God, no. Saved by the Bell owes this issue money because Harry is so excited. he's popping pills for studying. Like, I just thought about this and I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, please. Oh, please. That is such an old trope. I mean, they did that on Family Ties, I think, in the 80s. Yeah, I know. There's
Not
been...
like Saved by the Bell.
It's alright.
And when you learn that it was supposed to be like heroin or something and not caffeine pills, it just goes, ugh. Damn network censors.
Returning home, he finds Harry, who is stressed out over his studies and over the turbulence in his relationship with Mary Jane. Peter, well, yeah, he's seeing more than he's seeing more than one Mary Jane, if you know what I'm saying.
No, don't. No. We're not gonna confuse popping pills with marijuana, okay? Marijuana is natural. To quote Cat Williams, it is natural. It comes from the earth. It's just that if you so happen to set it on fire, more medicinal properties become apparent.
Oh my God!
I can't condone opioids. Like, that's not my thing. I would defend natural substances that you don't have to do anything extra to, but maybe set it on fire.
The one true love of Lilith Hellfire's life.
Smoke to doobie.
Oh my! It calms the anger.
It's a catch-all. It's a miracle, multi-purpose medicinal miracle.
He calms the Hulk so she can turn back in the Bruce Hellfire. Okay, kid.
Bruce Hellfire.
Returning home, he finds Harry, who's stressed out over his studies and over the time. Peter becomes concerned when he finds out that Harry's been popping pills.
Judgy ass friend. Peter's kind of a terrible friend. Can I be real with you? He's kind of a terrible boyfriend, kind of a terrible friend. Like, why do we root for Peter?
Hell.
Like now that I'm like thinking about it, like what? Peter's kind of just bad at life. Like, he's a bad nephew. He's a bad photographer. That's in canon.
Even though he was,
Peter just can't get right, man.
Even though he was the original king of the selfies.
Yeah. Well, that's what makes it so funny, because if you remember Instagram in the beginning, it was cool to have blurry pictures. It was an aesthetic.
And he was doing it in the 60s.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, get off the pills, kid. I gotta go, I got bigger problems. I gotta go find your father and punch him in the face. The next day, when Peter and Harry head off to class, Mary Jane once more snubs Harry in favor of Peter. Oh my God, how bad can Harry be that she's like giving up, this little rich punk in favor of Peter? Peter scolds her.
Listen, Harry, sad whistle, freaking Osborne.
No personality, I get you.
Yeah, like, I don't even get why they're friends, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I get why Peter's his friend, because he's a mooch. He mooches off Aunt May, he mooches off Harry, he mooches off Mary Jane, the supermodel. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, true.
A little bit of a mooch.
Oh my.
This is an older person. It's just like, yeah, why did I root for Peter? Because he's annoying.
What's he mooching?
Not that I'm ever going to side with Harry, but...
What's he mooching off Mary Jane?
Superior puss.
A place to live. That her sugar daddy Bruce got her, whatever.
Shh, don't say Bruce. I'm sorry, Ray. Peter scolds her for her behavior, but she tells Peter her avoidance of Harry is a long story. Harry, meanwhile, has gone to his dealer and bought more pills. Peter looks for Harry, but cannot find him and decides to resume his hunt for the Green Goblin. After he learns of reports of thefts across the city, giving up...
What is the Green Goblin stealing, really, bro? Like, it makes no sense. Just make it in your lab, bro.
Giving up as Spider-Man, he tries Osborn's office as Peter Parker, but it turns out to be another dead end. Later that day...
He's like, you're gonna give it up, lady. Are we sure this isn't a Frank Miller story? Drugs, women being shady broads. Are we sure?
Your mother's a whore!
That's right, kids. That job's not going anywhere. You can rest easy, Justin. That job is not going anywhere. Oh my God! You know what Peter said?
Your whole family can suck it.
Your whole corner.
I mean, from Little Normie to Liz, that whole clan can really just disappear off the face of the pages of a comic book for like decades, and I wouldn't give a crap.
Here's the new drop. Your whole cornrowed family can suck it.
Your whole family can suck it.
Your whole white man with cornrows family can suck it.
The whole amnesia having, escaping to Europe family can just suck it.
My fetish is to get touched by a white man with cornrows.
Thank you, Peter Parker.
Justin Timberlake, circa 1999.
Oh dear.
Never forgive.
Boy, spend 5 minutes holding hands with my wife in a parking lot, and all of a sudden you think you can poo-poo over her favorite singer. How dare you?
Yeah, please don't tell Danielle.
I was going to say,
You'll never hear this!
I was going to say, you think you're scary. You're nothing, kid. All right. Later that day, Harry confronts Mary Jane over her giving him the cold shoulder. Fed up with Harry's behavior, Mary Jane dumps him. Harry returns home where he takes it out on Peter. That sentence taken out of context just feels wrong.
No, it is absolutely in context. There is no subtext needed for that. And they were roommates?
Oh my.
History says they were roommates. Archaeology found used condoms in the bedroom.
Wow.
One bed.
Wow.
You do the math.
I'm a sucker for a guy with a powerful rod.
Controversial hot take, Peter's a power bottom.
Wow! Thwip.
Well, he was married to a redhead, so I just assume. I don't think I'm wrong.
Oh my!
I don't think I'm wrong. And then not to mention Felicia. Yeah, I think he is. Sorry to say, kids.
Peter tells Harry off, and Harry goes off to take more pills.
Poppers? Sorry.
Would their couple name be Harry Peter? See, serious story about telling people about the danger of drug use and film.
It was written in 1971. This is so undamn relatable to now. It's a joke. It's like Nancy Reagan telling frickin', Arnold on different strokes to say no to drugs. Be so serious right now, bro.
What you talking about, Hellfire?
It's just like, bro.
They're giving these out as freebies at the door at Studio 54.
Exactly. Bro, if you ever watch old videos from the 70s where everybody was all coked up, like, white people had rhythm in the 70s. I don't know what they were putting in it. And disco was like the last good music form where everybody could dance to it. It's like y'all lost your rhythm. I don't know what happened. I mean, no, really. Just look up some of those, Studio 54s and, all those, parties. They were just up all night just going, bro.
Everyone was hairy and had rhythm. Look at the porn. Even the penises had sideburns.
Yeah. Mutton chops, even. Now, obviously not my preferred time for porn, but, to each their own.
You couldn't even see. It was kind of like censorship. You couldn't even see what was going on. There was so much hair.
I mean, I guess that's probably why they could play them in the movie theaters. You really didn't know what was going on.
It just looked like someone going into a jungle. It's just like,
Fernberger Volume 10,
Oh my God! With your favorite porn.
God, am I happy to be a 90s baby? I'm gonna tell you.
With your favorite porn star, Amazon Jungle.
Amazon Jungle Jim. Classiest dick jokes in all of the internet.
Bell-bottom Betty. See, and sometimes we class it up and do porn jokes. Peter goes off for another fruitless search for the Green Goblin.
Not comic books code approved.
Oh, that should make it onto our logo somewhere. Just looks like a Comics Code Authority logo, but
it's got like the little no lines, little red circle with the X over it.
No taste. This has been found. This is no taste. The Capes.
This podcast is rated NC 99.
Hey, 69.
There you go.
It's like this has been approved by the Capes and Lunatics Authority, but meanwhile it's like you and me, so of course it's the sturdiest crap. Peter goes off for another fruitless search for the Green Goblin.
This issue at least had a little bit going for it.
Oh yeah.
A little fight scene, a little drama, a little interpersonal drama.
When he returns home, he finds that Harry has overdosed from the pills and needs immediate medical help. Before Peter can call for an ambulance, the Green Goblin appears outside the apartment, challenging Peter once more.
Take your son to the hospital! I'm begging you!
Wait, no, I'm not. That's the thing. The Green Goblin was even freaked out when he was about to remember he was Norman Osborn. He's like, no!
It's like that demon clawing out a router. I don't want to be here!
Uh-huh.
You can't make me stay!
Peter recounts how he lost Gwen Stacy following the death of George Stacy in Amazing Spider-Man 90. Oh man, yes, this is only like 6-7 months after her father died.
Can't catch a break. Man.
Real time. So it probably happened like 2 weeks ago, sort of.
Yeah.
Gwen fled to England in Amazing Spider-Man 93. Where they mention her...
She's a crybaby with a headband.
Oh my, where they mention her Uncle Arthur, but we don't see him until the 90s, kids.
Which wasn't her real uncle, right?
No, it was. It was her father's brother, yeah.
Are we sure that wasn't a horny doombot?
Oh, no. It was because, like, and then he comes with his 2 kids who, like, his daughter Jill, identical to Gwen, except she had dark hair instead of blonde.
Weren't clones? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's going to get retconned one day. It's too bright for the picking, man.
Oh, I see you, Zeb Wells. If he kills off Mary Jane,
my God, nobody tells Zeb.
Jill Stacy's gonna.
I'm joking.
Jill Stacy's gonna show up. Oh my God.
I'm joking. Nobody tells Zeb, please.
Because she's still alive.
Manifesting.
Nobody's used her since like the early 2000s, I don't think, but she's out there somewhere.
Oh, that's right up Zeb's alley, honestly.
Exactly. Oh, but there, look, I know all my Spider-Man history. In the story, the drug that Harry is taking is unidentified, but is in pill form. Later in Amazing Spider-Man 121 and 122, he states that he was on LSD.
That's not even the best way to take LSD, but whatever.
Well, he's an idiot. Come on.
Well, no, but he's rich. He would know.
I'm rich, bitch.
Listen, one thing, I've been around a lot of rich people, especially like a rich boarding school kids. They know their drugs. That's all I'm saying. They know their drugs. Now, are they going to get priced out of their mind by the local dealers? Sure, but they know their drugs and what they want, okay?
He's like Michael Scott when he tried to buy drugs to frame Toby on The Office, and they're like the warehouse guys like sold him like salad, like a big bag of salad or something. Can you imagine?
I've not sold somebody oregano once or twice in my life.
That's the thing. Can you imagine if that was the big reveal? It's like Harry thought he's getting high all these years.
Oh no, listen.
Meanwhile, it's oregano
will get you messed up, man. Not in a good way. No, it's true. It's like swallowing a bunch of cinnamon. You'll get messed up. Or cayenne pepper. It's not the way you want. It'll get you high you'll never forget, bro.
You know many things Lilith Hellfire set on fire to see if they would get her high?
Smoked a doobie.
No.
That's what. See, look, listen. I'm a 90s kid. I've always had the internet. My whole entire life, I've always had the internet.
I thought maybe
I've never had to resort to experimentation that way.
I thought maybe you were experimenting on those himbos. Okay.
No.
Here, sniff this.
Don't waste my time.
Here, sniff this.
Stay out of my model train room.
Wait a second. What is growing in your backyard?
Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done.
I mean, well, it's not legal where I am now, but it used to be where I used to live.
It's not legal where you're at now.
No.
What? I thought that was...
Well, that's not even where the good stuff comes from, first of all, Phil.
Well,
the
yeah.
good stuff comes from California. All the stuff that dispensaries don't want, that the growers can't sell, that's actually where, like, all the illicits come from. But, like, the good stuff anyway, so I'm just saying.
Both Hellfire's childhood home.
Exactly.
Alright. Ready for the last one?
I guess.
You know what? I was thinking about this the other day. If they had published this now, they would have saved this for issue 100. You know they would have. The Goblin returns, you know.
Oh, man, I love when they were just flying by the seat of their pants, just having fun,
They're
doing
just
stories that came to their head.
They're just, Stan was just like, I got a good story. I'm just going to throw it in the next issue, whatever the number is.
I kind of miss that. Like, I don't think every 25 issues needs to be an event. Like, I agree, like, 100 issues should be, like, a big event. That's a great achievement. Yeah. Like, the 50s and the 100s. But, like, 25, you're really pushing it at that point for me.
Exactly. Especially when you're, like, you have to plot
69, now that's the number!
Yes, I know.
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
Now, this is a nice cover of 98. I think it's the best cover out of the 3.
Oh, yes. As Spider-Man's, like, losing his grip, as the Goblin says.
It goes limp in his grip, you say?
The Goblin's power is he has that glider between his legs.
Damn glider.
A jet-powered glider between his legs. Well, it's like, I wish.
Strength.
Oh, my. Don't look, by the way, don't look in Lilith Hellfire's closet in that third bedroom, kids. Hey,
oh, don't worry. You need, like, a code, a couple of keys. I'm not worried about anybody getting into it. You need, like, you need some biometrics.
You need a retina scan.
A retina scan, fingerprint, saliva check, the whole thing.
You need a retina scan, and while you're turning one key, the dog has to turn the other key with its mouth.
It's like a submarine. We have to turn our keys at the same time.
Turn your key, Moira. Oh god. Amazing Spider-Man 98, July 1971. The Goblin's Last Gasp.
Talk about holding on for dear life, am I right, kids?
Ew. The Goblin's Last Gasp.
Yeah, that's about right.
The Green Goblin has attacked Peter Parker at the apartment that he shares with Harry Osborn just as Harry is in dire need of medical help after a drug overdose. When the Green Goblin tries to attack, Peter tries to get the Goblin to see the state his son is in. The Goblin, not wishing to remember his son, flees. Peter is able to call an ambulance, and Harry is taken to the hospital. So it's not Norman the Goblin doesn't want to remember, it's Harry he don't want to remember. No.
I mean,
my son is
relationship has always been odd. And, like, we've never really explored it. I think the most we've ever explored it, ironically, is in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy, right? That's the most we've really ever gotten, like, in-depth look at their relationship. That's kind of crazy, right?
Uh-huh.
And then he's just about as father to Normie as Norman was to him.
Well,
if not worse.
Cycle of abuse,
Yeah, Liz is no help. She is the worst.
Oh, we'll get there in the new books.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I don't want to remember.
The Osborns are just such a tragically sad family.
We'll get to my theory. All right. You know what? During Nick Spencer's run, I thought they were going to be like, oh no, Harry was a failed clone of Norman all along.
Oh, that would have been even sadder, quite honestly.
Really? Yeah, he was rejecting himself.
Not too late, fellas.
Oh,
Never too late. Everything in the Spider-Man universe, as far as I'm concerned, until disproven otherwise, horny Doombot or clone. Or Betty.
Well, I was going to say everything engineered by Betty, but
of course.
No. Okay. I just came back to me. I had another layer to add to the Betty Brand conspiracy theory.
Okay.
She had a partner the whole time, someone else who's been around since the beginning, and who she's been secretly, especially after like the death of like Ned and stuff, and like Flash has let her down. No. Her partner, who she's been in for however many years now in a secret lesbian romance, Liz Allen.
I mean, anything for Liz Allen to do something.
And make her...
She's literally done nothing. Her whole entire character, consistent conception of her character. What has Liz Allen ever done? I'll wait. Besides have Normie. What?
Make her Betty's partner, and she's responsible for 50% of the blame for all of this.
They wish they could think of something that interesting for Liz Allen. Like, what is even the purpose of Liz Allen? What has ever been the purpose of Liz?
Zeb, we can feed you these ideas. You just got to give us, mention Capes and Lunatics. Yeah. No, come on here, do an interview. Push us. Come on.
I mean, we haven't been that bad. I mean, I've seen how nasty the internet's been now. We haven't been that bad. We're just fans.
Yeah, come on.
We're concerned fans, man. That's it.
Come on.
I don't think I've been nasty about it at all. I think I've been willing to give it a chance. But like I said, I kill Mary Jane so I can have one book off my list, man.
And again,
we'll one less book to ship to Mexico.
We'll sit down and brainstorm with you, kid. And then just promise us, you and your wife both come on, do an interview with us, and easy peasy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Oh, Lord. That's who I want the real interview.
Yes. Can you imagine? Oh, him and his wife. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we entertain all types.
That would be good too, because when is that? I think that's coming up in the next couple months. Negan and Maggie, Walking Dead. That was it, Dead City or something.
Oh, okay.
It's like a mini series. It's like 6-ish episodes or something.
I'm not into the live action Walking Dead.
I know, but I think it's only going to be like a 6-episode thing or something. So.
Do you think I'd have to watch all the Walking Dead, or can I just watch?
I could probably jump in on that.
Okay, I'm not interested in doing a full watch of Walking Dead though.
I know. Oh yeah, we need a Norman Reedus interview too, because his show. I don't know when his show starts. At the end of this year or next year?
Oh, not Hawkman.
What?
I mean, not Hawkeye. I don't know if that character evolved, but that's all I ever saw. I was like, oh, there's Discount Jeremy Renner.
No, he really had to step up after Andrew Lincoln left. He had to stop grunting because once Andrew Lincoln left. All right. Meanwhile, in England, Gwen Stacy begins to realize that leaving Peter behind to move to England was a big mistake, and decides to return back to New York to find Peter and hopefully patch things up.
Yeah, England was actually not the best place in the early 70s, like politically wise. So yeah, I get it.
And basically, what was she doing over there? Just sitting there sobbing. It's like, come on.
Sobbing into her tea and crumpets.
See, seriously, it's like they really didn't do nothing with it. She just sat there.
She's a crybaby with a headband. We all know.
Yeah, I mean, until they started the last couple of years, like with Spider-Gwen trying to like do stuff. It's basically just they really didn't do anything with that character. The biggest thing was her death.
Classic woman character arc, eh?
Oh yeah, in the 60s and early 70s, yeah. See, Jerry's lucky he didn't do that story later on, because I mean, it could have went from did we fridge her to, so it could have been did we bridge her?
Yeah.
While back in the States, Peter finishes his classes and is confronted by Harry's dealer, who tells Peter to pass along the fact that he has more pills to sell Harry. When Peter calls him a creep, the dealer calls his thugs to beat Peter. Shut up, love.
Just beat it.
However, Peter manages to easily defeat them with the help of his spider strike. I love how he's like, maybe if I move quick, they'll think it's karate. Beating the dealer into submission. Peter warns him that if he catches the man dealing drugs again, the next beating will make this one seem worse by comparison.
No comment.
Love Hellfire. You think if you're going to finish first, next time in a beating it'll be twice as bad.
I don't do Twinkies or toaster strudels, so.
While at the Bugle, news of Harry Osborn's drug overdose has reached Jonah's desk. Jonah asks Joe how he's going to present the story in the papers. Joe tells him that he's going to explain that drugs aren't just a ghetto problem, but everyone's problem.
To quote Dave Chappelle, maybe, or I shouldn't, I don't want to get canceled here, but yeah, now that the opioid, or no, actually to quote Eminem, now that it's in suburbia, it's so sad to see, right?
Mm-hmm. Everyone's problem. On the grill one. Peter, meanwhile, has resumed his identity of Spider-Man and is once more scouring the city looking for the Green Goblin. When he finds him, the two are locked in a battle, which is prolonged because Spider-Man forgot to refill his web shooters. The 70s.
Flip, baby!
However, he's a young man. That web shooter should always be full. However, he managed...
I mean, if you don't drink enough water,
So why Lilith makes her men go dehydrate themselves.
I don't do Twinkies or toaster strudels, so.
However, he manages to perch himself on the goblin's shoulders and force him to fly to the hospital. And look at his... Yes, kids,
Look at your boy! It's your baby boy!
Yes, kids, he forces Norman to do what he says after he wraps after he wraps his legs around his head.
I mean, that's an appropriate course of action.
Hey-oh!
Generally gets people to do what you want, honestly.
Hey-oh! Is that your final statement, Lilith Hellfire?
Can't confirm. Does work. Can't confirm.
I don't want to say Lilith Hellfire has ever acted as a helmet for certain young men, but... Realizing his son's condition causes the Green Goblin to return to his Norman Osborn identity and pass out. Peter then takes him back home, strips off and destroys his goblin costume, and leaves, hoping that this is the end of the Goblin Scourge. Things end happily for Peter when, upon returning...
Why is he undressing an old man? There's so much...
I know.
There's so much subtext here, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
To make his life easier, Lilith, Things end happily for Peter when, upon returning home, he's greeted by Gwen, who had just returned from England.
She's like, "Good day, governor," and he's like, "Knock off your Madonna accent right now." Who remembers when Madonna just had a British accent? She was married to Guy Ritchie, I guess. Whatever.
Come here, I'll show you Big Ben.
I think that's for the Scarlet Spider to say.
Oh, nice. It's for Uncle Mephisto to say. All right, thoughts, Lilith?
It's schmaltzy. It's it's wholesome.
Yeah.
It's not. They could. I mean, if we made this story in 2023, forget about it.
Oh yeah, you see the needle going in the vein. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no. Yeah, again, it's 1971, so again,
they pushed the envelope in their own special way. They kind of set a tone.
They were still under the impression it was only children reading this, so.
I mean, if you think you're gonna end up in the hospital from doing drugs, yeah, sure.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Exactly. Well, all right. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, I guess.
Which one?
Wherever you want to start, Captain.
I guess I can get to a Spider-Man guest appearance from the final issue of Joe Fixit. What? Have you read this series?
You got 5?
Yeah,
I was waiting.
It was just a mini.
I read the first one.
Yeah, it's just a mini series. It was just a mini series. You know, their magic number is 5 these days.
It's so off-putting.
I know.
It's not a nice even number. It's so off-putting.
I know.
Although I like 3, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, basically, just a little wrap up because some Kingpin's there with some supervillains he hired, and then other supervillains are trying to take them down. So
I really like the cover.
Oh yeah.
I just haven't read them. Like I said, I read the first one and I just kind of forgot about it. They're just in a pile.
And the interior art I think is even better than the cover.
Oh yeah, that looks good. It looks a little smaller than usual though. But
hey-oh. But yeah, no, just basically this one's just the wrap up. Basically, just Spider-Man and Joe taking down some villains.
Well, from the first one that I read, it seemed like Peter was really having a lot of fun getting to do this. So I'm sure the excitement carried all the way through.
Oh yeah, he was having
Vegas, baby.
He was having fun. Yeah. That cover just screams, "We need the money. Gimme, gimme."
Yeah, definitely.
But no, I liked it. Again, I'm a big fan of Joe, and again, it was written by Peter David. So, of course, Joe's voice is there, and it's all good. It's all good.
I did have a question. What the hell was Spider-Man 2099? Like, what is this? Is this another crossover thing? Dark Genesis?
No, I think it's another miniseries because, like there was one a couple months ago by Steve Orlando who wrote this one where basically they were.
I don't do anything.
Yeah, I know.
In 2099.
And basically, like that one, the last one was pretty much introducing like a bunch of new 2099 characters and stuff, and then this is kind of like him.
Are they getting ready to do they have like a 2099 cartoon or something? Like, because there was so much push for 2099.
Well, he's showing up in Across the Spider-Verse, so.
Okay, but just that character. Like, who cares about the rest of 2099?
I know, but I guess they're just trying to build the brand back up a little bit, I guess. Because, yeah, I know. I saw a Funko. I was like, oh, I need to have that.
Okay, Lilith. Jeez.
I said Funko, not 20-some... Never mind. But yeah, no, it's just, maybe it's just because of his health, but I'm just like, why wouldn't you go back to Peter David for Spider-Man 2099?
He's probably busy. He's got a lot on him now.
Probably, yeah. But we're kind of like bringing in new symbiotes and stuff, and
I will say that Carnage Reigns Alpha is not bad. It's not bad. It's not a Carnage book.
Oh yeah,
a Carnage book. It's not bad. I feel like we might get back to basics with Carnage.
Oh, Carnage Reigns Alpha. Yeah, because how do you feel about that with him versus Miles?
I mean, it made no sense, but it's fine. Cash grab is cash grab, babes.
And I kind of liked it.
It's good to see Cody Ziegler getting more.
Yes. And I did kind of like it because it's like, Miles is back like street level, and he's not hopping the multiverse and stuff.
Yeah, although the armor, I don't know how I feel about it.
What armor?
I mean, they're trying to bring back the King in Black, but it's like, babes, that's the best thing you ever did, and you're ruining it.
Yeah, I know. And what do you think of the Scorpion?
Laughed out loud. I was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. It's a cannon fight. We need cannon fodder stories, man.
I know.
That's what I said. It's not bad. Look, it's not bad. Is it an absolute cash grab? Yes. Is it funny? Yes. Is it an okay story? Absolutely.
I know, and it's just like we're just trying to pump up sales on certain books. Miles Morales, Carnage, Red Goblin.
I see for what it is. I'm not 8 anymore, so I see for what it is. But it's okay. Like I said, it's not bad.
But yeah, that is what.
Cult of Carnage, however.
What? Oh, Cult of Carnage, yeah.
Misery #1.
Yep.
Oh my god, that was awful.
Because once again, kids,
Liz Allen.
That's right. And another member of the Osborn clan has their own symbiote now.
I just wanted to puke.
Basically trying to, through flashbacks, tell her and Harry's love story. It's like, really?
They didn't even have a love story. She got knocked up by a rich guy. End of story. Like, we all know Liz Allen's a gold digger. Like, be for real.
It was part of her insidious plot with Betty Brant.
You know what? Anything to make this lady more interesting. She has been, like, just an absolute freaking dot of a plot.
And Normie, you can't take my father's goblin weaponry.
Sure you can.
Oh, Lord.
Edge of Spider-Verse, poor Carla Pacheco. Like, she had fun, but, like, what is the story?
I've been out on the Spider-Verse stuff for a while. I'm just like,
Dinosaurs, babe.
That's a cash grab. We're gonna slap a spider on.
Dinosaur variants.
You know what?
Babes, Moon Girl and Double Dinosaur are right there. So
if I do check it out, that's the only thing making me check it out is Carla Pacheco.
No, yeah. The story is totally just, like, goofy as heck. And that's just kind of been the edge of the Spider-Verse, I guess.
I mean, God.
It's very much giving all ages, which I was kind of shocked by, considering it was Carla Pacheco.
I know.
I was like, oh, okay. But it's literally Spider-Rex and Venomosaurus. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like we're watering down the brand more and more, and it's like we gotta.
They did this for Funkos. They saw that Deadpool Dino thing, and they're like, "Let's do that, but with Spider-Man."
Oh no! It's like, how can we also, get something else going where we venomize every character? I know, multiverse. Oh, please! Oh yeah, they love the multiverse for merchandise. Marvel and DC. Come on.
DC's not as bad on merchandise.
Oh, that's the flash hits.
Even then, that merch for some reason has been just going on sale left and right in different places before the movie's even out. So,
oh my god!
Although it's supposed to have been out,
Yeah, I know.
Probably why.
I saw a little bit.
The same thing with the Eternals.
Well, I mean, there was a little bit. I mean, we did see Flash Funkos, remember?
Yeah, but when I go to look on like Target, like on the actual like website, and stuff like that. Like some of that stuff's like clearance price.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe they're waiting to release more until closer to the movie, or waiting for Guardians of the Galaxy to die down.
Guardians, that is the worst merch. I am not tempted to buy any Guardians of the Galaxy 3 stuff at all. Just like I wasn't tempted to buy any of the Eternal stuff. It just looks awful.
I swear, there's that Eternal stuff is still haunting the stores.
Yeah, in the smaller markets for sure. That's where it usually gets pushed off to.
Mm-hmm. Every time I see it, I'm like, you're not gonna give that stuff away unless it's like it's on sale for like $1.
Give it to freaking Toys for Tots and call it a day. Jeez. Although I wouldn't want the kids to have to be dealing with that either. I want them to have good stuff.
They'd rather play with a stick at that point, kids.
Anyway,
we
still got a couple more books to talk about.
Well, did you get Spider-Man 8?
I did.
So what do you think?
It's really not much to say, man. I'm gonna be real.
I mean, Peter still has like some of those memories from when reality was rewritten, and Lord, and we're still.
It's pretty bad when we're preferring the Dan Slott.
Oh, especially me. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I have my issues with Dan Slott half the time, but yeah, I'd rather this was the main book than Zeb Wells.
And it's not just the Art Bagley, the art by Bagley. No. Like honestly, the story is just a little bit better.
Even though we're still teasing Spider-Boy.
I mean, it's a joke. It's gonna run its course. It's a joke.
You think?
Dan Slott does a lot of that really silly stuff. That just for like clicks and views. Definitely, this is Spider-Boy's for clicks and views. Obviously, Spider-Man is not a sidekick kind of character. It's just not.
Is that gonna be his Jimmy Olsen?
No way.
No.
That's gonna get written out of history real quick.
And speaking of cannon fodder, kids, the return of Elektra.
Oh, you think Electro's cannon fire? I think he's main Rogues Gallery staple.
I don't know, man. You hit him with fire.
I mean, he's a poor man's Mysterio, if you ask me. But
you hit him with a fire hydrant, it's all over. So.
Well, I mean, Sandman, you just vacuum up. So I mean, either way, Spider-Man's Rogues Galleries are freaking absolute riot. Like you can't. Like a rhino, an octopus, you got a scorpion, a shark. Like, come on.
Yeah, but at least Rhino's like an animal version of the Juggernaut almost.
Almost, but not quite.
I know. But yeah, just suck up Sandman.
Suck.
Yeah. Hydro and Sandman make freaking what? Swamp Thing?
Mud pass. No, I mean, written but well, Elektra can be.
Like his Rogues Gallery is a joke, so.
But yeah,
like I said, his arch nemesis is a goblin. Make it make sense, bro.
But just discussing it here, I mean, it's like, yeah, that's what we're missing in the main book for the longest time: cannon fodder.
Yep, I'll say it until I'm blue in the face.
Remember those early '90s comics? He'd swing by, punch some cannon fodder,
stop a bank robbery,
punch some cannon fodder. Remember that spectacular Spider-Man we did way
and
back?
Every Christmas, we just let a lucky criminal go.
Yes. Remember that Electro vs. Shocker story? I mean, come on.
Yes, I do. Hilarious. You know what it is? I feel like nowadays comic book writers are taking themselves way too serious.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. Every story has to be like the end of the world or something. It's like, no. Just some loser.
You get fatigued that way. Like, I'm so sick of that.
Some loser trying to pull a heist and Spider-Man has to swing by and punch him in the face. That's fine with me.
It's like you're spinning listen, when you commit a crime in Marvel's New York, like you're just spinning that roulette wheel of what hero is going to stop you.
Oh, that's definitely Russian roulette because it's like, yeah, if Spider-Man swings by, he's just going to punch you in the face. But if you pull like Ghost Rider or like Wolverine or
we're getting a cosmic burn, my friend.
Or hell, Frank. I mean, you.
There ain't a mercy bullet no more, I'll tell you that.
Oh, no, especially these days, no. He'll chop your head off these days.
Daredevil's got all that pent-up sexual frustration from being in prison, so...
I know.
Don't let it be... Don't go to Harlem. Just saying. Anyway, yeah, I mean, that's... I liked 8 for the most part, like, better than the main book.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the theory I saw, Bleeding Cool has this theory, because I guess because the variant cover of Spider-Man swinging over the bridge, is that the whole Mary Jane thing is a red herring. Get it?
What is this, Scooby-Doo?
But no, for the 50th anniversary of Gwen's death, since Norman's all reformed now, Norman's going to sacrifice himself somehow, so...
For what purpose?
I don't know, maybe to save Peter or Mary Jane, who knows? But I'm like, do we really need redemption for Norman Osborn?
He just got back, so it's like, well, they did try to make the Gold Goblin a thing, so.
Yes, but it's like...
It's kind of dumb.
He's up there with Ock as like... He's done horrible things to Peter. Do we really want to give Norman... Oh, well, again, it's Zeb Wells, I guess. But it's like, do we really want to give Norman redemption? I mean, this man has done... He killed Gwen. I mean...
If anything, Harry needs redemption, not Norman.
Exactly.
Well, they don't listen to the fans anymore. That's also another problem.
Although, is this just a whole, you think maybe Otto got some redemption during Superior Spider-Man, so like, oh, we're going to redeem his other arch nemesis. I mean, and Venom's basically an anti-hero now.
Who's asking for that, though? Like, who is a Norman Osborn fan? I will effing wait.
Well, that's the thing, too.
He is the man that we are literally bred and born to hate. There should be, we don't, at least I don't, at least the older fans don't want Norman to be redeemed. It makes no sense.
And again, too, it's like Spider-Man has the best rogues after like Batman and the Flash, and it's like, why are we neutering all the big guns in his rogues gallery?
Well, it's the Loki effect, the MCU Loki.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be real with you. Marvel's never really had the best villains and villain motivations. For me personally, anyway. So it's just like, yeah, keep watering it down. I don't care.
But it's like he has the best rogues gallery at Marvel, and it's like, why are you neutering?
No, he doesn't.
Why?
That would be the X-Men, my good friend.
Okay.
It goes X-Men, Daredevil.
Oh, you're putting Daredevil's rogues above Spider-Man's.
Bro, give me
the Owl.
Bro, yes, give me Bullseye over Electro any day.
That's comparing apples and dumbasses.
I'm just saying, like, I think that Spider-Man's rogues galleries are absolute clowns. Like, it makes no sense for his rogues gallery.
Well, that's kind of the point.
Like, whereas Batman, like, they're all like a reflection of some form of like his personality or something like that. X-Men is just like, we're going to space, or we got Mr. Sinister, or Daredevil. For the most part, when he's on the street level, his street level stuff's really good. I mean, Kingpin is just absolutely the perfect nemesis for him. I really enjoy that whole thing.
Well, again, Norman is Peter's punishment for being a gold digger for being friends with Harry.
Maybe. I've literally never figured out the point of Norman Osborn. Like, I don't get it.
Again, that was the big thing that I think that
He's my least favorite Marvel villain, to be quite honest.
That was like the straw that broke the camel's back, because Stan and Steve Ditko, that was their big argument, is like who's going to be the identity of the Goblin, and Stan wanted it to be someone personal, and Steve Ditko was like, no, just make him a...
I mean, for Spider-Man, like, it didn't need to be personal.
No.
I mean, basically, crime is his thing because of what happened to Uncle Ben, so it doesn't need to be personal. I
was gonna say, if it was one of the movies, the Green Goblin would have been the guy who killed Uncle Ben.
Well, we kind of did that with the Sandman.
I know.
That's none of my business. That's a sore spot.
I hate when movies have to do that. It's like, oh, the Joker killed Batman's parents. It's like, really?
Bro, even when I was little, as a little kid, and I'm just like, why did they do this? This is dumb.
Because for some reason they always feel like they got to make it personal, and it's like, no, his parents were killed by some nobody, and it's like because
it's Gotham,
and now he fights to keep anyone else from suffering that.
And then it's like, bro, the randomness of crime, especially around the time that, like, the creation of Spider-Man in New York. Like, it totally makes sense, right? It's just random.
Oh, yeah.
Bad things happen to good people kind of thing.
Early 60s, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, that brings us, like, right back around to, like, why did Jeff Johns have to make Barry's backstory so tragic?
Thank you. I was about to go there.
Shocking.
I was about to go there, yes.
That was literally just, like, for shock value, right? Like,
they
can't be good. Heroes can't be good people for the sake of being good people anymore, which is why Superman, to bring it all back around, kind of, to our most recent thing, can't survive in this world anymore, because he can't just be good for the sake of being good, especially since he's from another world.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. You hit the nail right on the head. It's like, yes, that's why modern fans have a problem with Superman, because anymore, any other superhero we give people, it's like, oh yeah, his, such and such's parent or uncle or whoever or girlfriend was killed by the main villain. It's like, no. Again, like you said, Barry Allen didn't have any tragedy in his past before. He was a hero to be a hero.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, it's a cultural shift or whatever, but I don't think that it's
not a good one.
Something that the fans actually wanted. It's just something that the writers think the fans want.
And I hate when they keep doing prequels and stuff and like making the universe smaller, but it's like, oh well, such and such, Again, it's like I think Wolverine's met everyone's parents, including Peter's, in the past. So it's like, no, stop it.
He's kind of, I guess, basically immortal, so it kind of makes sense.
Well, yeah, he's old enough to do it, but I'm just like,
why?
Do you really have to do that?
You have to ask yourself, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I don't think comic book writers are really taking that into account lately.
No. All the stupid stuff like...
They need to have, like, a council of, like, comic book writers. It's like, hey, listen, the fans not really feeling what you're doing. You need to go back to basics.
And it takes away the specialness of, like, some of your favorite characters. Like, when Jason Aaron did Prehistoric Avengers... Yeah, damn Odin. But it's like... But it's just like, it's like, oh, so they...
I mean, that tracks with the mythology of Odin, so...
he effed the Phoenix.
Yeah, of course.
God, Odin.
I mean... You thought he was gonna let Namor beat him to it first? Be serious.
Hey-oh. Yeah, a couple billion years they get before Namor. Yeah, he's a drunk and
he went back in time. That's the plot twist that they didn't talk about. He's like, I'm not gonna let Namor beat me to this.
He's a drunk. He'll F any character.
We're doing me now.
I was gonna say, wait a minute. Should that be a relatable character for me? Because it's not.
Don't mind me. I don't pay attention if I'm not talking.
On that note, we should probably go so we can do the other podcast that we don't get paid for.
Listen to her calling that drop.
Okay, let's actually do the podcast that we get paid nothing for.
I just heard the greatest drop of all time. All right, kids. Here, I'm pulling up the schedule here. Although I know who's here next time.
It's the Bad Babysitters Club, isn't it?
That's right. All right.
I know it ain't me up at bat.
Hey-oh.
I've done my time for me.
Ray says, don't say that, please. All right, kids. So, yes, next time, Ray and Dave will be here so we can cover Ben Reilly's appearances from Spider-Man Team Up number 5 and Spider-Man Unlimited 14.
Ugh.
The penultimate episode of our 90s journey, so...
Well, you might as well just wrap it up then.
Well, no, in June. Well, we're gonna do the last of them in June, and then starting in July, we're gonna get into Kane's Scarlet Spider series from 2012.
Oh.
I don't think they've read that either. So
digging deep, my friend, digging deep.
What's called?
So you'll be doing Carnage.
Well, we're gonna do the Kane series, and then eventually, I know Ray wants to get to Peter David's, the Scarlet Spider series he did in 2017 or something.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Well, like I said, you're digging deep.
Clone Conspiracy. Well, I'm sure we'll get there.
You're going to hit the bottom of that well pretty soon there, bud.
If Ben Reilly appeared, we're going to have to cover it. Damn it.
Oh, Lord, it's going to turn into the Quantum Zone, isn't it?
It's under the Spider-Man brand. That'll get views. Shut up, love.
I'm not talking about they're just, like, scouring the freaking universe for every appearance.
All right, you asked for it. All right, kids, in June, here we go. Lilith is going to get, in week 1, Amazing Spider-Man Annual 25, Spectacular Spider-Man Annual 11, and Web of Spider-Man Annual 7, The Vibranium Agenda.
Oh, no.
Which I believe is guest stars.
I have to do that and freaking Heroes Reborn? Oh, man. Send me your alcohol recommendations ASAP, guys.
You and your whole family of dogs can suck it.
Apparently.
I believe guest stars Iron Man and Black Panther, I believe.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Captain of Bad Life Choices and Captain of Unfortunate
and
Life Choices.
And then week 2, we will cover Web of Spider-Man 33, Amazing Spider-Man 295, and Spectacular Spider-Man 133, Life in the Mad Dog Ward.
Oh, okay. No, that one's okay.
And then week 3, we'll cover its sequel, Spider-Man 29 through 31, Return to the Mad Dog Ward.
What's the theme here,
Phil? Okay. 2 of them involve crazy people, and the first week will drive Lilith Hellfire insane. All right. And then, like I said, at the end of June...
When there's a puppy, when there's like a turtle dropped off at your door, just know it was me.
Why? So my son will go, ooh, turtle!
Yeah.
And then, like I said, last week of June, Ray and Dave will discover who the mastermind of the Clone the Clone Saga was.
Hopefully it's not too anticlimactic for them.
Again, they're asking me. Dave was asking me. He's like, am I gonna know who? I'm like, oh, you're gonna know who it is. I'm like, I have no question. You're gonna know who it is.
You guys should just do a live read, honestly, just so they don't spoil it.
How awesome would that be? I don't know if we have time for that, man. Dave's always ranting against some comic creator. We're talking about.
It's not Chuck Dixon, right?
Oh no! Chuck's. Oh, he loves Chuck. Up with Chuck. Damn. All right, kids.
Sticking around with Chuck Dixon.
Where were you? Man, our show could have been chatting with Chichester. Oh my.
Rebrand.
I say we can ask him. But like, whatever. Oh, can you imagine?
We just got to get Maz to do the Chichester chats. Bing, bing. You should totally ask him. Be like, hey, can you do me a favor?
Chat with Chichester.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
All right, kids. So, yeah, send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, the Patreon, which you have to subscribe to, because May, June, July, and August, Lilith Hellfire will be forced to get drunk and review Heroes Reborn.
If you want to see me get tortured.
Oh, wait, I shouldn't say that.
Actual, literal torture porn.
She's going to be up on the rack and everything, kids. No, I shouldn't say she's forced to drink. No, she's forced to review Heroes Reborn. The drinking is her idea.
Yeah, exactly. It's my coping mechanism. Don't judge me.
Oh, you know what you should do? At least the first 2 episodes. One of them you should drink. The second one you should take your medicine and see which one makes it more tolerable. Science!
I think I got some ayahuasca laying around. I might get my Grant Morrison on.
She might crap her pants, but the Heroes Reborn might be tolerable. Although Heroes Reborn might make her crap her pants.
No, it's just gonna make me throw up and cry and slide down a wall. That's all.
That's what happens when she dates anyone over 30. Anyway, all right. So, and again, if you want to talk to Lilith Hellfire, she's not on social media anymore, so suck it.
You can be my friend on Facebook. I check it about every 2 weeks. I can approve your friend's requests. Just don't be creepy or racist, and we're fine. And you can have all the unlimited dog pics you want.
Oh, my.
Either do the 6 or do the 9. Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done. It's all rape and murder, I'll tell you that.
That's
Somebody's
June.
What? Oh. No, I don't know. I don't know what she's doing in September when she's taking her vacation, but...
Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done.
It's not a vacation. It's work stuff. You know, the job that pays me, Phil.
Oh.
I'll be happy to quit that job whenever this thing starts paying.
Me too. Oh. You know, when she murders for hire. Anyway. Her job. All right. Thank you for joining. Thank you for taking this trip with us, kids.
This is the whip.
That's right. And again, kids, yes, come back next week. The boys will be here for more Clone Saga. And then in 2 weeks, Lilith is back for the Vibranium Vendetta. But until then, swing on back.
Thwip. Don't let it get in your eye.
I'm high. I can't remember how to thwip.